Haven't even got in the show yet, been accosted by Krafty Koi. Have a lovely little chat.
And this old boy, Vari Koi.
If you haven't already, I'll leave his description down below. Pop over to his channel. He's just in the process or just about to start his new pond build, and it's going to be epic.
It's going to be tiny pond, only 1,000 litres times 17. But just talking to this guy, right? If you haven't already, which you probably have because I joined after he did. If you haven't, go over to Vari Koi. I'll put his description down in or his link to the channel down in the description. Have a look, because even if you don't like fish, right, it's proper good. And I'll tell you why, and that's because he has an additional mascot, Bisley. Now, he is a star of the show. But anyway, we've got fish to go and see in there. But before we do that, if you have a look behind us, look, reprobates from the other channels are already there.
And that's Kai.
But
again,
Leon, say hello.
Down
No, look at them, look. I'll tell you what, if we was another 20 years older, we'd have a coach. And we'd all turn up in a coach. And maybe people pushing us, but we're not there yet. Yeah. Anyway, stay tuned. We've got some blinders to show you. We have had to park right down the road, so here's what it is. But we're going to have a little walk now anyway and see what's going on. Let's go.
You know what it's like.
How's it going, chaps?
All right, mate. Small cars.
Yeah, for YouTube this is. So you're going to be famous in one day.
In one day.
Two of us, please, mate.
Mate, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I'll speak to you soon, mate. Take care.
That's superb, thank you.
Yeah, do you have one of these?
There you go.
What's your YouTube channel?
Krafty Koi, sorry. I don't even know what it is. Telford Koi Pond's there, look. He's obviously surrounded by hundreds of people. Just the koi collection, everyone's favourite. Smallest koi on show is obviously that one.
Hello, boy.
How you doing, mate? You well?
How you doing?
I like sniping. It's bright in here. We have got Sophie from the Koi collection, Coventry. Are you sold out?
Quite a bit, not too bad.
When the pictures I see yesterday, this place was heaving. Hardly anything left. So if you haven't already checked them out, we have got the Koi collection located down in Cov. Right, these guys stock absolutely everything that you need, which is all the dry goods, including everything for your horrible little gremlin parasites to anything that you need for a new pond build. And if you haven't got it, or they haven't got it and you want it, speak to these two lovely ladies and they will sort you out. So if you're not seeing it on the website, give them a call, because if you can't see it, they can get it. Smile then. Miserable.
He was telling, he was saying.
Just got back from West Midlands show. Read some rather crappy reviews on Facebook, which, to be fair, is unfair on the people that put on these events. For people like us who turn up to have a look at what other people have got. You know, people don't have to show, people don't have to go. And I think it all boils down to research again. You know, it's important to research and remember that it may not be up to your expectancy, but you don't know what people are up against. So, you know, my review for a local show, there was some decent fish on show. They weren't of the highest quality standards, but nevertheless there was some good fish there. Some of the smaller fish was ones to watch for the future as well, I ain't gonna lie. Bumped into loads of YouTubers. We've got Telford Koi Pond, Phil, Andy from Derby Koi, Leon from Budget Pond Keeping, AD Koi as well. Loads of people, you know. A few people come to say hello as well, which was brilliant. And just, you know, those sort of events is what brings people together from the hobby that we choose to do. So for people that make these derogatory comments, you know, if it's your opinion, I was always brought up on the pretense that if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. You know, just because it weren't to your liking, don't mean to say it ain't to somebody else's. And although everyone's entitled to their opinion with freedom of speech and expression and whatnot, I don't want to put the world to rights on that, but I think that some people need to remember that we've got to look through some of the stuff that you didn't find and look at the positives. And the positives are that events are put together for people like me and you and anyone else watching this that are interested in koi to get together, to have a chat, talk to each other and, you know, have a bit of a social room. For God's sake, we've just been through a pandemic where you couldn't even speak to your neighbour. So when it comes to this sort of thing, you know, I think my hats go off to the West Midlands Koi Club for putting on something. No, it weren't the size of the National, but was it ever going to be? You know, a National is a huge event with the top class fish. Was it the same size as the All England down in Kent? No, but then it shouldn't have been, you know, because it was a local club thing. And, you know, I just want to say thank you to the West Midlands Koi Club for putting together what they did, you know. There was other things for sale there. There was a few koi, not many, but speaking to the dealer there, he'd already moved the bloody lot on the day before that I went on a Sunday. You had Andy Finch from Finch Filtration, and you had the koi collection from Coventry, you know, and went down to the All England show, and the dry goods on sale there were, well, they was available, but it was in full flow, and for some reason the camera stopped. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, down in the All England show, I went for dry goods. The dry goods were non-existent in comparison to what we're seeing there today. So everywhere's got its pros and its cons. Yeah, there's a small amount of fish on show. What do you expect? You know, there's probably, what, 15, 16 vats? But nevertheless, there's still koi, and there's some of them with a great standard. You know, and rather than moaning, why don't people look at joining these clubs, and if I can make it better, make a contribution. People are going out their way to put club shows on for people like me and you to turn up. You know, in my opinion, you should give it the credit that it's due. You know, and not just look, oh, it took me longer to drive there than what it did walk round. So, you know, walk slower, show more appreciation to what's around you. You know, and understand that it's a club thing. Anyway, that's enough for me rattling on. Right, I've come home to this. Check my filter out if I can get it in. Let's have a look. So I've got a little bit of work to do. It's currently on boil now. I'm currently cleaning it. We get some medi clay knocked up. I'm going to throw that in the pond as well because it's due it this week. tighten that up, and then hopefully that'll be the end of that problem. But nevertheless, what else have I got? I'm going to take you in my house. I don't normally like doing this, but hey, I'm going to spin you around. Right, so look at what I've got. Been spending the monies. So I have actually bought 2 pumps today. With Sophie down in the Koi collection. Got one back in the store for me, so I bought myself a Vari 10,000. Also got a 20,000 up in the store. Got myself 2 air pumps. One's going to be the one outside's going onto the Easy Pod. This one's going to run in the bottom drain. That one's going to run in the Nexus. And then I've got myself obviously the Tempest Skimmer bottom drain as well. So bottom drain aerated. Also Skimmer's going to be connected onto the side of the Tempest and then returned back into the pond. And the other thing that I've got, great little introduction to Nishikigoi. I do like this, as people know I like my literature, right? Well, sort of book. It looks absolutely outstanding from what I've already looked at already. Though I haven't bent the pages back, so it looks like it's full of information, which is what I want. Perfect. But anyway, enough of that. So we know that we've got some more stuff coming on. Pond build is underway. I've made a budget sheet and whatnot, but water looks a little bit brown at the minute. So what else? I need to have a quick test, see how things are going. But I've had a lot of debris come from the silver birch at the background. Look at that. How annoying. Nevertheless, drain it off, fix that up, is what it is. Also got a little bit of the, looks like someone's had a bit of a party while I haven't been here, so I have to sort that out. But cool. Dog's having a drink. Oi, out. Aces are starting to come a bit bare, which I'm happy with, because that means I can start wrapping these up and then getting rid, and that means I can start moving the aces behind the fence line as well, which is pucker. Okay, little ground pond as well. Fish are looking bad, but I'll tell you what, they've put some weight on since I put them in there, which is quite good. As you can see, ain't got there yet, but everything is ready to go over there. This time, like I said, been filling in at work. I've also been off with a back injury as well, which hasn't helped, but hopefully I'm all fixed up now. But the koi looking quite splendid, although the water ain't. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Never ending, nevertheless. It's what it is, people. Right, so anyway, for those of you that come and said hello to me today, thank you very much. For those of you that didn't, you obviously didn't know who I were. Joke, by the way, before people start putting the odd comments down the bottom. Whack this video together, and then we're going to start moving on. So hopefully now, as you can see, started to get the equipment. I've already started to price up the pond build stuff, so we'll start to get a move on with that. Let's see how it all develops, and that, it's all go. There's plenty to be getting on with, you know, one weekly episode, no doubt, for around 20, 30, 40 minutes, all depending on what I get up to. I do work full time, so therefore the nights are going to get young, so I'm going to be working under spotlight, I think, at this rate, but it is what it is. Anyway, right, stay tuned. For those people that haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button down below, and more importantly, once you have subscribed, highlight that little bell so you get notifications when I drop in. There'll be loads of content coming. Exciting times. Well, I'm excited anyway. Looking forward to all the comments. I will be looking for suggestions, there's no doubt on that. I've never done nothing like this before, just so you know, people. You know, my knowledge is through research. I know what I want to achieve, how I get there. I dare say it's going to be a bit of a carry on film from time to time. But brilliant, that's what I want, because you know, drama is what it's all about. Right, subscribe, notificate, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you don't like what I do, that's fine, give us a thumbs down, but don't leave us loads of negative comments, because they'll just delete them. But anyway, all of you that said hello, thank you. You've been watching Krafty Koi. If you've got a channel, I'll be watching you. And now, you guessed it, let's enjoy the koi.